Snacks Mills in the building.
I wasn't even thinking about me being on the show. I wanted to produce something for them.
Cool celebrity. Like if I went to the mall and stuff, people like, oh.
The thing was, I didn't even know that anybody ever thought I was ugly.
We look like twins almost.
Okay.
She really wouldn't be
Covering any more subjects related. So that's why you got the raw reaction. This is pathetic. It's pathetic. Welcome back to the Sweet Pea Diaries. It's your girl, Sweet Pea, and I am back with another car chat. If you are a returning subscriber, welcome back to my channel. And if you are a new subscriber, welcome to the Sweet Pea Diaries. Be sure to like this video, share this video, but most importantly, be sure to subscribe to the channel. Ooh, I got me a nice little cup of hot Dunkin'. Got me a little medium hazelnut, extra cream, extra sugar. Child, we set it off last night on that live. We was live around 3:30, talking about this, this conversation around Nicki Minaj and the whole vaccine conversation. A lot of people are speculating that, it's all just a big deflect, that it's all, just Nicki trying to deflect from what's going on with her and Kenneth Petty being served earlier in the week by Kenneth Petty's, victim. So I do believe the same. I believe that it is a deflection tactic. But there was the, suspicion that Twitter deleted Nicki Minaj's Twitter account or suspended it because she had called, not because she called Joy a coon, but because she didn't want to get the vaccine and they're trying to force the vaccine on her. So, they didn't allow her voice to be heard. They're trying to silence her. So they're using Twitter to do it. But we, exposed that her Twitter account was never suspended. It was never deleted. It was never any of that. So then I started thinking, after I watched my live that I did last night, because I always watch my own live afterwards so that I can, just critique myself, see what I did wrong, see what mistakes I made so I can try to improve, So when I watched back and replayed my live, I said, well, why wasn't Nicki Minaj's Twitter account suspended or terminated? If that had been anyone else, if that had been a white person that called Joy a coon, they would have, the black community would have been in an outrage. They would have been in an uproar that a white person called Joy a coon. Nicki Minaj outright called Joy a coon, and she made these disparaging remarks on Twitter, and still and yet everyone was trying to speculate that her Twitter account may have been suspended because of the vaccine, not wanting to get the vaccine. Well, it would, I would hope that if her Twitter account was suspended, it was giving, they suspended it really quick. But once they seen that everybody was in an outrage, they put it, I don't think they did that, but let's just say that that's how it was. Oh, I was in jail, but then once the world made us think about it, Twitter reactivated my account. Let's just say that that was the narrative. Well, then, absolutely. She made a disparaging remark to a black woman. She called a black woman a coon. Why are we in outrage about that? Why isn't anyone upset that Twitter did not suspend her account, because had that been anyone else, had that been a white person calling a black person a coon, their account everyone would have been calling for them to be canceled. Everyone would be calling for them for all their accounts to be shut down, terminated, and Twitter would have done that. They terminated Donald Trump, the president. I don't care whether people liked him or not. They terminated his account for the remarks and things he was making. You really are going to sit here and tell me, black people, that you're okay with Nicki Minaj calling this black woman a coon? Now, like I said, they do tap dance. Her and Don Lemon, they do be cooning and tap dancing. But that's not okay. You are a celebrity. You are the voice for a lot of people. So you say you're the voice for your people over there in Trinidad, the ones that you trying to act like still living in huts. So if you're a voice for those that are less fortunate, the underdog, you a voice for the underdog, it's okay for her to get on Twitter and call another black woman a coon, all while at the same time trying to call that black woman out for shaming, her comments. She ought to have shamed your comments because they were ignorant. They were uneducated, ignorant, and look at all of the confusion that they've caused. And it was all because you wanted to go to the Met Gala, but they said, nope, you got to be vaccinated. You got to be vaccinated. So you want to push the narrative that, oh, I don't want to get this vaccine. They're not going to put this and make me put something in my body that I need to research. When it's not about that. You didn't want to go because you didn't want to be vaccinated. Okay, so that was your issue. You didn't go. But calling her a coon, and, that brings up the conversation that black people, we allow each other to bring each other down and call. It's okay for me to call you the N-word. It's okay for me to call you out your name, call you bees, call you coons, call you, out of your name because I'm black. It's okay. How are we going to protect black women? How are we going to protect black men? How are we going to protect our race as a whole if we're okay with each other calling each other coons and calling each other out of our name? You put that on Twitter and you shame that woman in front of the entire world, calling her a coon. And we're okay with that. We're arguing and wanting to be upset with Twitter, thinking that they suspended her account over a vaccination. A vaccination comment. Well, I would think that it would be because of the remarks she made about Joy. Y'all missed, it went right over your head. Y'all missed the whole message. You missed the whole message. If Twitter had suspended her account, it would have been for the remarks that she made about Joy Reid. It would have not been about her wanting to have information before taking the vaccination. It would have not been about that. It would have been about her calling Joy Reid a coon. And the only reason they allowed it is because black people are not outraged about it. They say, oh, well, they call each other the N-word. They call each other bees, whores, sluts. They call each other every word imaginable. They call each other out their name every day, so it's okay. They're allowed to call each other coons. They're allowed to call each other out of their name. But if it's a white person, we need to be up in arms when a white person calls us out of our name. They need to be suspended. They need to be canceled. They need to be terminated. Everything needs to go because you called a black person a coon. But a white woman calling a black woman a coon, that would have been everyone would have been in an outrage. Everyone would have been calling for this person to be publicly humiliated, shamed, canceled, Twitter account gone, suspended. Why was it okay for Nicki Minaj to call Joy Reid a coon on Twitter, tweet it, and still have her account up? If Twitter did, if Nicki Minaj is going to say that, yes, Twitter did, they're capping. They're like, Twitter did suspend my account. It was giving, I could not post. I could not tweet. Well, it probably would have been because of the coon remark. But once they saw that everybody was in the comments and she had done twisted this narrative about the vaccination, they had, oh, let me try to do damage control and put her account back up. If that's the narrative she want to spin, that no, my account was terminated for a little bit, but then, now they're trying to backtrack. If so, it would have been for the remarks that she made about Joy Reid, calling her a coon, because that's what Twitter has been doing, disabling people's accounts for racial slurs, racial undertone remarks and things of that nature. Her speaking about her truth about the vaccination and what her thoughts were about that, they would have not terminated her account for that. They definitely would have not terminated her account for saying that she wants to speak with the White House or meet with the White House. That's publicity for them. That's publicity for the vaccines. Like, oh, Nicki Minaj is asking to be educated about the vaccinations. That would have been a marketing strategy. They could have promoted the vaccine by Nicki Minaj is coming to the White House, or Nicki Minaj is taking a call with the White House. And they could have posted it, on the news or posted it on live, and let everybody watch it. And that would have been great. That would have opened up dialogue. That would have opened up conversation. That's how you help your community. She could have, you know what? All my 22 million fans, I'm going live with the White House. And we're going to discuss the COVID-19 vaccinations, all of the different ones available, and give education, give information. If that's what it really was giving. When people care about your community and they say they care about you, Nicki Minaj says she cares for the underdog. She cares about people. If she cares about us and cares about our community and our race, our people, she would have been more educated and armed and ready to work. You know what I'm saying? Like ready to show, okay, I'm going to televise this meeting with the White House so that the information I'm getting, I'm not going to be selfish with it. I'm going to let my brothers and sisters, everybody, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to let everybody get this information. Hey, Stop Being Sheep. Hey, Lenny G. When you care about people, you don't be selfish with the information that you're getting. If you're privy and you're going to be able to speak with the White House physicians and you say you for the underdog, then bring them that information. Allow them to get that information. I mean, why isn't everyone outraged about her calling Joy a coon? It's like we are allowed, oh, you're black, you allowed to call, you guys are allowed to speak to each other like that. And it's a shame that even the social media giants and people that own these companies and own them, they know that. We better not suspend her account because they're going to all be in an outrage. She's black. It's okay. I mean, I would have liked to be a fly on that wall in that meeting. When they, do you think we should suspend her account? Okay, guys. This is a meeting. We having a meeting at 1:00 in the break room. We need to discuss whether or not we're going to permanently suspend Nicki Minaj's account. She made some racial, remarks. And we're gonna decide whether or not we want to suspend her account. All right. So meet us in the room at 1:00. Go in the room at 1:00. Everybody's sitting around the table. Everybody's looking. Nobody want to start the conversation. All right, I'm the manager. I'm going to start it because I called the meeting. Well, recently, Nicki Minaj, she called Joy Reid, MSNBC contributor Joy Reid. She called MSNBC contributor Joy Reid a coon. Yes, that's right. You heard it. She called her a coon. Now I know what you're thinking. I know what you're thinking. We need to terminate her account for making this, because this is not what Twitter stands for. We do not stand for these type of remarks. We don't stand for this type of bullying. We don't stand for racial inequality. We don't stand for any of that. But guys, you got to remember, she's black and she's black. She's black and she's black. I was thinking about that. She's black and she's black. They can talk about each other. Yeah, you didn't think of that, did you? By golly, I did. I thought about it. They can talk about each other. They're allowed to call each other racial epithets. Yes. They're allowed to call each other coons and the N-word. Don't forget that one. If we suspend her account, everyone's going to be up in arms. It wasn't a white person, so it's okay. It wasn't a white person. If it was a white person, guys, we would have to suspend her account. But because it's a black person, they're allowed to call each other coons. We have to stop doing that. We have to stop, letting these white people believe and think that we don't care about each other. We don't love each other. We don't respect each other. Oh, let her go ahead. She called her a coon. It's okay. That's her people. Queen of Harlem. Yeah, it is chilly. Yep, I got on. It's a dress though. It's like a shirt dress. But yeah, it's starting to get chilly. Yep, it's starting to get chilly. But I still got on like a little dress. Still got my legs out. It's like a long dress. See, it's a shirt dress. Hey, Queen of Harlem. Hey, all about the trees. My small space. Mary Blue. Hey, my queens. Good morning, everyone. And everyone else out there in the chat. Hey, y'all. But yeah, I mean, I'm trying to figure out, where is the outrage? Where's the outrage? Nicki Minaj called this woman a coon. And her account is not terminated. Why? Anyone else it would have been. And y'all would have been calling for it to be terminated. Absolutely. Y'all would have said their account needs to be terminated. So it's giving very much double standard. Black people are allowed to disrespect, call each other out of names. And then it's like, girl, Sweet Pea, you know that. You know we call each other the N's. Hey, Hill Life Chronicles. You know we call each other the N-word. We know, girl, that's just what we do. For her to sit there and call another black woman a coon on Twitter for the whole world to see, and she's still standing, her account is still standing, I blame y'all for that. I blame y'all for that, because you allow it. Where's the outrage? Y'all supposed to be knocking down Twitter's doors, demanding that Nicki Minaj's account be terminated. If it was anyone else, that's what you would be doing. That's what anyone else, if they were in this position, they called Joy Reid a coon or another black woman a coon, they would be labeled as a racist. They would be labeled as a bigot, and you would be demanding that Twitter delete, terminate, cancel everything. My God, they terminated the president of the United States account. And Nicki Minaj calls a black woman a coon, and she's still standing. She's still tweeting. She out here lying, saying that her account was terminated when it wasn't, pushing out false narratives about a vaccination when she know all the hell she's doing is deflecting from the fact that her and Kenneth got served earlier in the week. First, they was draft dodging, trying to dodge getting served. Then when they finally caught up with him and they was able to serve him, now she's trying to deflect and change the conversation. She got comments turned off on the live, only allowed her fan pages to leave comments. Since when does a celebrity do that? Turn off comments because you don't want to see the comments. You ain't got just barbs on those lives. It would have been people in the live that would have been calling you out, telling you that you were deflected, that you did not have COVID, that you don't care anything about the vaccination. You just was sitting with Rihanna and A$AP Rocky with no damn mask on. Nobody had on a mask. Y'all just allowing this woman to play in y'all face, lie in y'all face, and say whatever, just get away with it. Nicki Minaj never had no goddamn COVID. She did not have COVID, and she does not care about no vaccine. This is all about deflection. But I'm just trying to understand where's the outrage for the Coon comment. It's okay because it was a black woman calling another black woman a racial slur. And the world knows, and white people and executives alike, they know that the unseen rule is that blacks can get away with calling each other out their name, calling each other racial slurs. Blacks are allowed to do that to each other. So we're not going to terminate our account. I know that rule. I know that rule. Blacks are allowed to call each other coons. I know that rule. And the N-word. Y'all would have been outraged if that was a white person. You would be demanding that they be canceled. But it's, oh, she deserved it. She called her out. She deserved that. It's the same. It is the same since, like slavery days. The field nigga versus the house nigga mentality. Long as I'm in the house, that keep you outside. Long as I'm in the house, I'm light-skinned, pretty. I'm in the house, you out in the field. I ain't trying to go out there. So I'm going to sit up under the master, and whatever he tell me to do, if I see you fooling and I see you doing something, oop, she stole a potato, I'm telling. Oop, master, you see that? You see that coon out there? You see that slave? You see that nigga stealing? It's the same mentality. Shut up, Queen of Harlem. Get off my phone. She said, I can't do it now. My voice is hoarse. You are so crazy. She said, I can't do it now. I'm hoarse. But yeah, I mean, it was giving, this is not a rap song. This is not a rap battle. This is people's lives. Okay. You're trying to push a narrative that is just not true. It's not true. You were trying to decide whether to take a vaccination for the Met Gala. We all should be that lucky. We all should be, those type of decisions. Oh, am I going to go to the Met Gala? What gown am I going to wear? How am I going to do my hair? My Small Space says, this is the prime example why this is a male worshiping culture. Black Twitter came for her when she spoke on MBJ over the rum. Now the people defended her for Joy. And that's what I'm saying. Hey, Monica. That's what I'm saying. It's like, where's the outrage? She called a black woman a coon. She called a black woman a coon. But y'all okay with it because we always overlook, oh, she's black. She allowed to do that. She's allowed to. But it's protect black women. You stand for victims. Black Lives Matter. It's all this shit. Y'all don't mean none of that. We will never be able to stand for victims, protect black women, protect black men, because we don't protect ourselves and we don't protect each other. Because this is a prime example of that. You need to be demanded and have the same outrage that you would have for a white person that called Joy a coon. If a white person had have done that, you would need to keep that same energy. You need to not allow blacks and allow each other to, use those type of words in this type of space. That's inappropriate. Now, shit, if you want to talk like that behind closed doors, you want to, if it was a group of us and we talking like that on live or something like that. But on Twitter for the entire world to see, you calling this woman a coon, and all she was doing was calling out your ignorance. You know damn well that man was not impotent. You know damn. So, you guys, y'all need to start calling Nicki Minaj out, and y'all need to hold her accountable. She is not the queen of the queen of England. She is not the queen of the world. She is just a celebrity. She's just a rapper. Y'all need to start holding this woman accountable for everything that she has her hands in. Everything that she's a part of that's slimy. You need to start holding her accountable. Calling a black woman a coon on a world stage like that is not okay. That was not okay. And I don't know why you think it is. As a community, we have to stop that. If we're going to protect each other and we want to be for each other, we're going to be for black women. We got to start really protecting each other when you like what I say and when you don't like what I say. It's not just protect black women as long as I agree with your narrative and I agree with what you got going on. It's protect black women when I don't agree, when I'm not so lovable, when I'm not, when I'm a drug addict, when I'm a whore, when I'm a prostitute, when I'm a celebrity, when I'm anything that I am. We still should be protecting each other in all circumstances. It's not just when I'm desirable, when I agree, when I look good, when I got money, when I'm, have a good social standing. It's protect black women all around the board. That's what it should be. Not just when I agree with you. You got to start holding her accountable. Nicki Minaj is a disgrace in this moment. In this moment right now, I could be not any less proud of her. I am so disgusted with her. She is really fumbling the ball with this. She is really making a fool of herself. But see, it's her team for me because, a lot of PR and a lot of these labels, they got people that, her handlers and all of that. Don't think they're not around. They didn't execute, they didn't plan this strategy and execute it. Well, how are we going to get the public perception to change? How are we going to get the public perception? Everybody knows about Kenneth's law issues. Everybody knows that you were served. How did they find this out? How are we going to get the public perception to change? And that's terrible that Nicki Minaj, the so-called queen of rap, been on the top of her game all these years, and this moment with this man has stooped down to this level. He has brought her down to this level. All that she's worked for, where she's considering the type of charges that he's got. She's been called, she's been served. She's been dragged into his issues. A multi-millionaire, a multi-dollar millionaire, a multi-millionaire, a celebrity, world-renowned, international. She done, in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, done went downhill. No performances, no videos, no music. She just chilling. Every time we turn around, she posted pictures of her, him, and the baby, trying to make us believe that they're this perfect, happy family. Since when did Nicki Minaj care about victims and people less? That girl don't care about nobody but herself. She is not for no underdog. She ain't for no victim. But the outrage needs to be there. That same energy needs to be there for Nicki Minaj, just as it would be for a white person calling a black woman a coon. So it's the double standard for me. Where's the outrage? So you guys have a good day. That's all I got. I don't got no more. I'm going into the trap house. You guys have a good day. Be blessed. Be safe. Stay away from COVID-19. Stay masked. Use hand sanitizer because it is real out here. If you believe in vaccination, get vaccinated. Get the booster shot when it becomes available. If that's what you believe in. If you don't believe in that, hold fast to and hold firm to your beliefs and your truth. But stay masked up. Either way, stay masked. Keep a mask. Thank you. Bye. Blah. Love you.